Yo, what's going on, YouTube? I'm T-Dub, and this is the very first episode of Freshness TV. Basically, I decided to start vlogging about kicks because it's pretty much what I do. I've been doing it since the early 2000s. I was about 11 years old when I started collecting, and I've been into sneakers years before that. I mean, I just started collecting when I was 11, but before that I used to just get a whole bunch of shoes and trash them. But basically what my intention is to, you know, keep the culture going by letting you guys know some of the history when it comes to kicks, and just kind of connect with anybody else who has the same kind of outlook on sneakers as I do. You know, I'm rarely copping new releases. I'm heavily into OGs. If it's not an OG, it's something from probably like pre-2006, 2007. I mean, if it is a new release, it'll probably be a retro of an OG model or something like that. That's pretty much how I get down. I've always been like that. I've never been one to conform to the hype or whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. But, you know, I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the inaugural episode of Freshness TV, and it occurred to me, why don't I talk about the Aqua 8? So I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts, actually. This is a vintage Nike Air Jordan shirt, circa 1994. I don't know if you can see Mike on there, and it kind of matches the Air Jordan 8, you know, Aqua. So basically what I wanted to show you were the striking similarities between the Air Jordan 8 and the Nike Air Raid. Very few people know that the Air Raid was the outdoor version of the Air Jordan 8. So around 1992, 1993, Michael stepped on court in the Air Jordan 8. Didn't really care too much for it because it was very hot and very heavy. You know, the materials used were real thick, and you know, I guess Mike didn't really like that. He actually suffered from athlete's foot a lot when he played in the 8 because his feet just sweat so much. But around that time, not too long before that, outdoor basketball became really popular in the United States and abroad, and you can give thanks to White Man Can't Jump pretty much for that. Street ball kind of took on a life within itself. Everyone was used to playing in gyms and stuff like that, but you know, in the inner cities there weren't many gyms, so you know, everyone took to the playground and, you know, used to hoop in their in their indoor shoes. And just like in White Man Can't Jump, you see Kadeem Hardison in the Air Jordan 6, Woody Harrelson in, what is that, the Command Force, that's what it is. I had to look up at my box. The Command Force, you have Wesley Snipes in the Flight Light. Those are all indoor shoes, but you know, if you wanted to get your hoop on, you took it to the blacktop. So what Tinker Hatfield, the guy who designed most Air Jordans, including the Air Jordan 8, decided to come up with an outdoor concept similar to the marginally popular Air Jordan 8, which was the Air Raid. So if you can't tell, the Air Raid takes on a very, very similar styling to the Air Jordan 8, from the cross straps, Velcro straps right here. You know, you on the Air Jordan, it says Air Jordan. On the Air Raid, it says Air Raid. You got the back paneling, that kind of ribbing right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if we can hold it up in the light, get a better there you go. You see they have that that right there. The cool thing about the Air Raid, it has tons of little things on it like Air Raid for outdoor use, basically indicating like this is a shoe for the streets. This is a shoe that you can hit the hot ass blacktop with and still get some buckets, you know what I mean? And so basically with the Air Raid, you know, since it took on a demeanor for the streets, Tinker actually wanted to call it the Nike Air Jack, for short for jackhammer. So you know, that just has a rugged, you know, tough sound to it. But at the time, and pretty much throughout the entire 1990s, kids in the inner cities were getting murdered over their kicks. Pretty much, sneakers were pretty coveted. I mean, it's still going on today, but you know, in the 90s it was a real epidemic. And you know, Nike pretty much thought Nike Air Jack was just a little too I guess it was a little too dangerous sounding, you know what I mean? They had that same problem with the Nike Air Stab in the UK, but he changed it to the Nike Air Raid, which is equally cool. So you know, it really wasn't that terrible. But yeah, it definitely was one of my favorite shoes growing up. And you know, I really liked the Air Jordan 8. Air Jordan 8 was actually my very first Air Jordan. I was, what, 1993? I was 4 years old. I wish I could find the pictures, but that was a really long time ago. But I remember the purple and the aqua teal color to this day. That was like my favorite pair of shoes. I love them so much. I actually had a pair of Air Raids as well, and I have a pair of Air Raid 2s. So in 1993, when the Air Raid came out, it was pretty much a success, and they decided to pretty much keep that street ball theme going. And this is actually one of my favorite pairs. I'm kind of upset because the pair that I got, the original owner cut the straps off, so that killed me. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna fabricate some straps to put back on these Air Raids. But here's the original box of the Nike Air Raid 2. You can barely see it. This box top comes off, but here's put that there. Air Raid 2, size 9.5. I'm a 9.5, 10. I actually have never put these on my feet. These shoes have not been worn at all. They actually have the original non-marking stickers on them. See? That means they won't fuck up the parquet. But here is the Air Raid 2 with the cutoff straps. I hate that. But this particular pair is the no wood, no refs version. So basically, this is all about street ball. You know, there's no wood, there's nothing but asphalt. And if you look on the back, it says no wood, no refs, and it has the wood grain, kind of the gymnasium paneling on the inside, on the midsole, excuse me. And this is probably one of my favorite pairs that I own, but I definitely have a few. But this one actually came with the Nike newsletter. We'd like to thank you for choosing Nike. At Nike, we're committed to quality, innovation, and performance, blah blah blah. And pretty much, would you like to receive any Nike publications? This will probably get sent back to me if I decide to, you know, send that off or whatever. They definitely probably be like, what the hell? Anyways, but so yeah, Nike Air Raid, Nike Air Raid 2. I'm so mad they cut these straps off. It's ridiculous. But I actually have another colorway of the Air Raid. This is another one of my favorite colorways of the Air Raid. That Orlando Magic Blue. I haven't worn these yet. So yeah. So that's pretty much the history of the Air Jordan 8 and the Nike Air Raid. Pretty much brother and sister, or sister and sister, or they're relatives. And that's pretty much that. Definitely like, rate, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm hoping I can put out as many of these episodes as I possibly can, and I hope you guys feel it. So until next time, peace, and y'all be easy, man.